Welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 143. How goes it, kidless person?
Yeah, my kids are with their grandma.
You're like a swinging single.
Apparently. Yeah, I mean, not much. I thought I was going to get more like housework done or things, like things that seem like I never have enough time for when kids are home, and I have not done much of anything. Get home and decide, hey, the kids aren't here, let's go out to eat. And so that's like, instead of taking 30 minutes to eat, it's like an hour and a half to eat. And there went an hour that you could have spent.
Yeah. I don't know. I think cleaning is kind of a silly thing to do when you're kidless, but I'm full of the free. Let's get the Brillo pads out. I can clean while they are helping me clean. I don't know. But I haven't been kidless. I won't have been kidless since before my third was born, really, like for a long period of time. Like other than babysitters or...
Well, I guess in my head I thought that, of my single days, right, when I could get tons of things done because there's nothing to do, but then when you think about like, well, they're just gone for a little bit of time, let's go here, let's go do this, let's do that, and then you're like, oh, well, the housework has not gotten anywhere. And it wasn't necessarily housework. What I wanted to do was go through like stuff and sort it and get it out of the house and maybe disappear a few things that the kids might notice if we did it while they were here.
You've got a couple days.
Yeah.
Get a fire lit under you. Speaking of that,
I'm running out of time.
I have been in marathon denial.
Apparently.
So I signed up for the Twin Cities Marathon, and every year I'll prepare for the half marathon here in town, and then I just don't sign up for the marathon until after I do it. Well, they don't do the one in August anymore, I don't think. But this year I got on it. I was like, well, it sells out, so I'm going to sign up for it, and I'm going to dedicate myself to do it. And then for the last, month, I've just been kind of, I feel like running around that lake. So that's the distance I'm going to do. Like, I haven't been regimented. Like, oh, I gotta make sure I get a 15-mile run in this weekend. That didn't happen. So I've got a good 4 weeks now that I'm gonna try to cram my marathon training into. And it's not like I'm starting from ground zero, because I have been running, but I just haven't been running those long of distances because,
take time.
It does. It takes to do, a 2-3 hour run on the weekend it takes a lot. It takes a lot of prep as far as like making sure I have water and the timing's right, and that my husband isn't doing something and I'm not going to Stitches Midwest, and so I am reaffirming my commitment. We're having a recommitment ceremony, me and the Twin Cities Marathon, and I have zero goals as far as like, oh yeah, I want to be blah 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 time. No, this will be my first post third kid marathon, and
so
I just want to
finish,
just get it in, not walk most of it, get her done, just be like stake in the ground. All marathons post this will be better.
Oh, okay, got it.
Because I have
putting a new stake in the ground.
Yeah, my first marathon that I ran, I really I was very I trained a lot for that marathon, just because it's your first marathon and you don't know what to expect. And I guess maybe I'm a little lackadaisical now because I do know what to expect. And yeah, it was a fast one. I did it really fast because I trained. And I don't know that I'll ever run it that fast again, but who knows? Gotcha. A woman can have goals, but I'm just kind of resetting my PR, I guess. Like the thing to
it's like 3 kids later, man.
Yep.
I'm done. Can't do that again.
Yeah. So.
Or maybe you will and turn on some super late life juice and it'll be like,
Could be. Don't know. Gonna set my sights to do it and have that be enough for now.
Yeah.
But I guess it's supposed to be a really nice marathon. If you're a marathoner out there and have done the Twin Cities one, it's in October, so it's fairly cool. And it's a nice urban one. It's the first Sunday in October. You're like, you're reaffirming and you're going to cram it in a month. So when is that? The 1st of October. So like the weekend, 2 weekends before Rhinebeck.
Go on vacation.
Yeah. But you know, it's always good to run a marathon before you get into an airplane and go vacay.
There you go. Have a couple weeks.
How you doing, sir? If you look cute enough, we'll stop knitting and pet you. Oh, she did it. Oh, Max was cute enough. So yeah, that has been my. I sleep really well at night. My legs hurt. I'm trying to get back into the marathon training.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get into the don't eat a lot and not exercise training. Because
this sounds like a new plan. Never heard of this plan.
Well, it's just one of those things, like I was doing really good and then I had a summer cold or maybe allergies, something hit, and I was just really tired all the time. And so when the alarm clock went off in the morning, it wasn't like, let's go running or exercise. It's like, snooze. And I was still like watching what I ate and but then we went to Wisconsin Dells and I was like, eat out, and now the kids aren't here, so let's eat out, and so it's starting to accumulate the dread, like, I am digging myself a deeper hole.
Yeah.
Right now. If I could just, level out, but nope, keep digging. Like, no, level out. Don't eat as much and
it's a
work out a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah.
The cooler temps have definitely helped motivate me because when it's warmer out, it's hard to get motivated to run if it isn't the morning and when it's cooler, right? So it's opened the door for different time frames that I can run. But on that note, Administrati, I wanted to give a very sincere and very heartfelt thank you to everyone that went out and bought a birthday kit.
Yeah.
Those went successfully, and we are super excited about them. All the stuff's been ordered now, and it's just so excited. Designing, coming up with ideas about what the premise of the design is going to be for it. I just think everybody is just going to be so squee-filled.
Yes.
It's gonna bring happiness and joy to the hearts of many.
It's overselling it. I guess they already bought it.
Overselling it? Come on. No, it's that's like our what's the word I'm looking for? In business, you have a something statement. A mission statement. That's the kit's mission statement. You didn't know, but I'm putting together a PowerPoint presentation that the mission of this is to bring our happiness and joy to the hearts of many. Okay. Good.
It will be done.
It will be done. When we set our mind to things.
Yep. No, I mean it's very lovely, and it's definitely more than you would probably be expecting.
So I come along, and then Amy is now the asterisks at the end. It's really quite lovely, but I don't know what it's quite. So yes, thank you to those who jumped on that. And then the end of the month is coming. If you're watching this and it is not yet September 1st, Kirby Werby is the self-striping. The self-striping sponsored this month. As well as we have some wonderful fingering weight KAL stuff, some bags, some yarn from Solar Flare, some bags from the Silverside USA, and then we had a very generous viewer sent us some yarn that I think we can choose from to give out that. So thank you to Miss Judy on that one, and yeah. It seems like we've been doing the fingering weight KAL for a while.
Yeah.
So, also the cool clavicle cover in the expanding community, you can that goes into the middle of September, so you've got a little bit of leeway if you're doing that one, but you can't double dip if you don't get it in before September 1st. Just saying. What was I going to say about the fingering weight kale? We did have that limited to one project.
Oh, yeah.
So there have been several people that are out there doing multiples, and just rest assured that should we select one that is not the same project that was their first post, that one will not qualify as a winner. I don't know if I'm going to go through and delete all of them because they are really lovely projects, but we'll just, when we draw, we'll be careful not to draw a second or third
fourth or fifth or sixth
projects entry. Like, not you're allowed to have multiple entries per
project, but only one project.
Yes, ma'am. I've got a badge and I'm not afraid to use it. We also have the simplesoap.com giveaway that we'll be drawing for next week. So go out and put in your washcloth, your favorite washcloth. Grandma's favorite seems to be the favorite. It has favorite in the name.
Yes, it does. It makes it easy.
I was thinking about trying to write up a two-tone leaf. So like the stem and then the little parts that go out into the washcloth, because then that would add a little bit of scrubbiness too, if it had like a floating on top of the garter.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm looking at all the washcloth patterns and going, wouldn't it be cool if? And that is how a design starts. Necessity is the mother of invention. But I have been looking at all the wonderful dishcloths, so thank you for those recommendations. And I think that is it. We've got the birthday gig in Stillwater that people can get signed up for. Zombie Knitpocalypse signups are coming.
Yeah,
soon.
We need to book us a room in our block.
What? Who was in charge of that?
Been busy.
I know, me too.
I'll put it in my phone.
Me too. And with that, Administrati has been administrated.
Good.
Have you any FOs?
I know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full.
No.
Neither do I. A
Oh,
bunch
we're
of podcasting losers we are.
Oh,
Losers.
I'm dead.
7 losers.
darn! I was gonna put that as a.
You got your buttons on.
I do.
You had some fine finishing work.
Yes, I did finish. So the button.
And she had it on until we turned the studio lights on, and then it got warm.
It got really warm in here. So I will attest that it was cool in here, whereas my house is warm. And then trees blocking the solar rays.
Get them.
But yeah, the lights made it too hot. So I got these purple dyed shell buttons from Ginny's, and
which if you're new to the podcast, that's a local fabric store that they had a huge wall of buttons, and now they've moved locations and kind of spread her out. So it's not as impressive.
Yeah, they don't have one clear wall that they can put them all on, so they had to like put some here and some there and some, so it's not as
visually.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty.
Still same number and still can get exactly what you're looking for.
True that.
So these look kind of more like the blues from
sparkly yellow.
Yeah, so they're very shiny and I don't know. So far I like them, and they weren't too terribly expensive. They were 7 buttons were under $14.
Wow. That is inexpensive.
Yeah. So I am enjoying that. I have not had a chance to wear it. It's been, skirting the hot versus cold. And I just sewed in the little strands from the back this evening. So now that it is done, it might get taken to work.
Do you have your regression test bucket unit case done for it?
I'm not sure what that would look like. So,
okay.
Is that like taking a photograph of it and putting it out on Ravelry? I didn't do that yet.
I have been so bad about that. Like, I have like a pile of FO garments that I'm just like, one of these days I'm going to talk my husband into taking my picture. Although my daughter has been doing a pretty good job of taking pictures lately. I tell her to just take a whole bunch, and so then like maybe 1 in 20 is good. She doesn't understand composure and like what's in frame. So it'll be like, this is fantastic, but half of my face is missing. Like, thank you, but can we? So yes, but she takes direction very well. Whereas like my husband, if I ask him, like, can you take it so it doesn't look like I have such a like weird face? No, that's fine. You're just looking at the knitting anyway. So.
I just noticed like where I must have dropped down and fixed something and come back at it, and I'm like, oh, blocking. That would be my dun dun. I need
dun,
to...
dun 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 dun. So every week she'll bring it back, and there'll be another new level of doneness.
So yes, I will block it. Then I will put it out on get it taken, photographed. That's words.
And
but that is all that has been done. So, you know, I've been not slacking, because you'll see I got things done, but not something completely finished.
I finished a pair of a sock design. Again, words, they are good. And it's for Patternworks. Patternworks is doing a toe-up sock club. And I really love the yarn that they sent for me to knit the sample out of, which is what's going out with the sock club. I think I've mentioned it, it's a non-traditional sock club in that you can join it at any point, and you just kind of get a month for a while. And so I'm super in love with the design, and I just finished it up, and that is often the case when you've gotten it all written up and it's all shiny and new and lovely. And so go check it out if you're interested in, I need to respond to the thread. We have a thread where it says sock clubs and what folks are, because if you are new to sock knitting, this would be a good introduction to toe-up socks. And I am one of the designers. And that is the only FO that I have, and I can't even show it.
Right.
I did post a black and white of it out on Instagram.
Okay.
But
no color.
No color, and you can't see the fun bits.
Oh,
the fun
great.
bits are covered up. Just like any sort of
got a little black box.
Yeah, redacted. Censored for your pleasure. But yes, that is FOs. Don't have any to show. No FOs to show.
All right.
What are you working on there?
This is my ink.
It's starting to look more like a garment.
Yes. So there's quite a few repeats before I get to take the sleeves off. And the rows are getting to be that length where you're like da 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 da, and I get to do the increases only on the one side. So coming back and you're doing the increases, you're like, yay! I don't know. Something about it is it's slowing down.
Well, it is a fingering weight garment.
Yes, it is a fingering weight garment.
Which they have you pointed out. I don't know if it was on air or when we were just talking. They do have the new Wink, which is a
worsted ink.
We almost said it in unison.
Yeah.
And I lamented that I had just finished my Lawrence out of my worsted Amy's Punky Plum. We could have had matching winks and inks.
Yeah.
That's okay. I love my Lawrence too. I really like the Ragland. I was noticing as you were so it's reverse stockinette, and then the Ragland is in a
stockinette.
Yeah, so it's contrasty. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Yep, and
colorway is really happy with.
Yeah, it's doing a good job. It's blending in, and I don't see anything that's terribly. I don't know what you
like
call
pooling
or flashing. Yeah, it's all good. And I, yeah. So yeah, working on the ink. That's sweater 1. Sweater 2.
What has received the most of your focus this week? Would it be the ink?
They've been kind of equal.
Oh.
So
she's divvying up her love.
I am. So I got a sleeve done.
Oh, cool. Otherwise known as an arm warmer.
Yeah. Got a nice long arm warmer.
Cool.
And I added a couple inches to this because I wanted this was seeming really tight, and I just thought it would be better to have it be
further down. You're smart.
Mm-hmm. Good thought. So that happened, and then I got the other one on the go.
That tweediness. I literally own no tweed in my stash. It's like one of those things that I can say, I don't own that.
And it's quite a shame because it must have been a while since I've knit this one. This one seems a little bit looser.
Mm.
Just enough to be like...
It's a little different.
Yeah, it is different.
Just a little different.
I can tell. Should have knit them 2 at a time. Because that would have been 4 balls of yarn. That would have been crazy.
Yeah. Casting on it's an art.
Yeah.
It's hard to cast on with the same tension 2 times twice.
Yep.
Unless
When they're months apart.
Super.
So I got, well, here, I'll talk about this one first because I don't have much to say about this one. I got to the heel flap on my second sock.
Woohoo!
So I got the hoe, which you already
Zombies
saw,
10.
and I have the second sock.
Woohoo! And you were able to replicate what you had done in the for the first?
Close enough, yes.
The stripes match.
Yeah, stripes match, and they have the chevroniness in them. I do know where there are differences between 2, but they're not, you're not going to notice them. Even if you are a knitter, you'd have to like look really closely and count things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So the socks got worked on quite a bit.
For sure.
And then I was given the opportunity to test knit for Susan Claudino's latest pattern. And I don't know if anybody's seen her teasers, but she did teaser out on Instagram one of the legs or arms. I'm assuming it looks like mine, so it could be an arm. This is my arm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing a fingering weight one. So I figured since she's shown the arm, I can show the arm. That arm. Yeah, she's actually shown quite a bit pieces, so if you put them all together, your brain can kind of go, oh, that's what it's gonna look like. Super cute, as always, and this has been speedy, quick, because I just started it this morning on the bus, like literally like sat down with fresh needles and yarn, and I've got my arms done, and I have
some other bits and bobs.
I have the legs almost done. The leg, one leg, not both, almost done. And I accidentally, I did something by mistake, so that's even after ripping back a little bit and re-knitting. So it was a minor hiccup, just a couple rows of, 20 stitches maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't much. But I'm super excited about that, and that was really cool of her to invite me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The swap that I'm doing in their group is closed for signups, but I haven't assigned anybody yet, so I get to do that in the next 2 days, which is exciting. I get to pair people up. And
matchmaker,
yeah.
make me a match.
Find me a find.
Catch me a catch. Amy really enjoys it.
Mm-hmm.
She likes being a swap coordinator.
I do. When they get to be too big or / repetitive, like I forget how many Lubiu ones I did. It couldn't have been more than 3. But 3 in a row was enough. Like, I'm done. And those are fairly significant. They have a lot of participants. This one, the participants is not bad.
Cool.
I'm going to be making under 13 matches. you know, if you think of it in that terms, we're actually doing a secret, which is round robin.
So you have somebody upstream and downstream?
Yeah, upstream and downstream, and I won't be pairing, and you won't know who everybody is. So you're like, you just know who you're knitting for, you don't know who's knitting for you, and it's going to be more fun in the threads. Fun. People asking random questions and hoping their partner answers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Leader questions.
Yeah. Like, if you were to get a candle, would you like it to be sweet food scent or not food scent?
Flowery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So those sort of questions and stuff we'll get to go after I pair everybody. I think that I will probably try to get that done by Friday. Could be a problem, but yeah, get it done. And if I could have put getting our room on my phone, the thing died.
We'll get it. We'll get it there.
Okay.
Either I can text it to you or email it to us both, or it'll be a race. Who can first? Is that all the whips that are set to be whipped?
Yes.
Okay.
I worked on my design for our kit, and I cannot share that.
Designer hazard. I am in the middle of a row, of course, but I am working on the Leavenwick by Gudrun Johnson out of Sun Valley Fibers MCN. Yeah, you remember when you worked with it, don't you?
I do.
Yeah,
It was pink. Beautiful.
I'm down to the bottom, and it's a very interesting construction. I don't know that if they talk a lot about it on the webpage, but you are on Ravelry, like the construction, but you go down to the bottom and then you apply a motif here, and then you finish it off at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
And the motif has buttonholes in it, and it's worked from this way in, and then you do attach it here, and it's reverse stockinette, which doesn't make a huge amount of difference. If I were knitting a stockinette cardigan, it would still be one side purl, huge purl back row, and one side knit row. And I want to add length. It calls for I want to say 14 inches underarm, and that doesn't seem long enough to me, like especially when I stand up.
Yeah, but you could have a band.
No, it's just like a really thin, like almost like it might even be like a 3-needle bind off.
Oh, okay.
But then I would have to muck with the number of lace motifs and buttons, which I can totally do, but it's a big enough stitch repeat that it would be a significant number of stitches that I would have to make sure that I could pick up. So there's that. I just dipped into my third ball, and I've got this that I'm going to join in with the arms when I do the arms. Pattern's written to do the arms next, but I'm of the ilk that I would rather shorten the arms than not have enough for the button band. I mean, that I'm like a prioritization, and I do the thing that you'll want complete. And the pattern is like a 3/4 sleeve. I don't know if you can see it on that picture very well or not, but you can just kind of see it ends towards her elbow pit. But yes, I have a little thing of that left, and then I've got 2 full elbow pit. Yeah. arm elbow pit. I've got 2 full skeins, and then this one that I just joined in. So
is this the knee pit?
Yep, that is your knee pit.
Okay.
I mean, it's important to know your body parts. I work in an area where it's important to know your body parts. That isn't what people call them, but
the doctor wants to.
Yeah, no.
We need to drain the knee pit.
I've never heard of anybody needing to drain a knee pit. That would be an interesting procedure. So yes, that's going, and it's a lovely, 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 can't say it enough, yarn to work with. Sun Valley Fibers, MCN worsted, good stuff. TM.
Yep.
Good stuff, man. Give me the good stuff. And I did kind of the cheater color switching. I don't see it as much, and I don't know if that is a more of a reverse stockinette thing. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know if you line the V's up in the stockinette, and so your brain can go, oh yeah, there's a color line. Because I mean, you can kind of see there. That wasn't where I was color switching, but just where it kind of lightened and darkened in the. And I'm pointing to my lap, and you can't see it, but there's just some lighter and darker streaks through here where I wasn't color switching. It's just natural variation in the yarn, but you really see them on the stockinette side, and then on the reverse stockinette side, I don't know if it's because the pearl bumps don't all match up, right? They kind of, I mean, they do in a row. But
I bet they would know about that on Brain Games.
I bet they would. How your brain kind of goes, oh, yeah, meh. It's all the same color. But when you line up those V's, ooh.
Plays with shadow and
wouldn't it be so much fun if we could like write into Brain Games and they could have like a knitting episode?
Absolutely.
Where like they could talk about like the yarn, Harlot, Theta, Mind set. We could give them, we could become writers for Brain Games just for the knitting episode.
Yeah.
Anywho, that is my one and only work in progress that's fit to be shown. I hope to get some other stuff on the needles. We've got some enabling here that I hope to get on the needles, as well as another self-stripey for the self-stripey KL, so I can continue to be on the up and up with a number of months. And yeah, I've got the Grace that is needle adjacent. I don't know. I'm not, definitely with the designing slowed down on my other knitting, so I'm not hopeful that this will be done by next week, but I would like to get something else on the needles, if not just to have a smaller project where I'm not lugging around a big old sweater bag, which is a lovely bag, might I add, but especially this time of year. The leaves. I had a little foot crunch today when I was running, where I could hear my footfalls because it was crunching on some leaves that had already fallen. It's coming. Fall is coming. And I love fall, y'all.
I do like fall. The weather's getting cooler in the morning, and you can kind of put on a sweater on the way to work, but, take it off on the way back. It's getting hot.
Which is a seasonal thing.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Love it.
What's the enabling?
All right, we are going to talk about Infinite Twist, who is she's sponsoring podcast content through sending us wonderful things to sample and talk to you about. And so we can go through some of the, she's got kits out there, which is some of the things that we've been sent. But ultimately, if you buy something from Infinite Twist and you provide, I think I suggested Infinite Zombies or something like that, and she was like, well, as long as it said zombies, then I would know it was for you. So it might be fun for you guys to come up with different zombie named codes as a note that that's where you heard us from, and there'll be a fun free gift, which I think we've decided will be some snips.
Okay.
So, if any of this sounds interesting to you, then you can go out to infinitetwist.com and check it out, and if you buy anything, then make sure you mention us. So, Kate is out of China, and she dyes up the yarn, and they have a lot of really cool bases. I personally love the Helix base, which is 100% wool. It's I don't know that it's that it's like anything else that I could, I can't really compare it to. It's a very it's not rustic. It seems like it's super soft, like next to the skin soft. I think I read that it's processed similar, this wool that comes from sheepmere is the breed that is what they call it locally. It is processed kind of like cashmere, like it's super fine. It really blooms really nicely. It is not super wash, so be aware that if you that it will felt if you do hot water or agitation. But I really want to knit a sweater out of it. It's a DK. It comes in 200 yard balls, which are like 67 grams, I believe. And so she sent us all kinds of little helix samples. And did you want to see some of the pretty colors? One of the recent month's kits was by Lee Meredith, and every month she's got a kit. Some recent ones have been like squids and octopuses, octopi, with hand spun, I believe, like her more hand spun base. And here, take your green back. I'm just going to wear them as rings. My little woolly rings. Don't need to transform them at all into knit stitches. And recently she had a Lee Meredith crew, which it's supposed to look like the beaded necklaces, the big beaded necklaces that women wear. And the free pattern, the kit was with this crew, which is the paid for, and then the free pattern was Blur by Lee Meredith. And I've actually test knit for Lee Meredith. I really love a lot of her aesthetic. Do you remember the mask? It was like, I can't forget the mask. I see it in my nightmares. So I have all of these beautiful little color snippets and a solid white and or gray that I think I'm going to mix all of these little colors with and make some kind of rainbow-tastic blur mitts out of. And you will hear me talk about it and review it then. But really, really love her colorway, which I don't know, I'm betting one of these greens is it. It's called Hooker's Green, and Hooker is a botanist, a famous botanist. And I guess it's a color that's used in a lot of paint palettes. It's like a paint color is Hooker's Green. And I really want to knit a sweater out of it. I was telling Amy before we recorded that I really want to knit the asymmetrical cardigan with the leaf motif in the new Tin Can Knits road trip.
Yeah, they have a preview out. And it's
so I have no details, right? Like in my mind I've gone, oh, that Helix DK, I need a sweater quantity of it, and that Tin Can Knits pattern that I don't know the name of and don't know the base, that needs to be Hooker's Green. So if it's a worsted, I could probably make it work, but if it's like a, an Aran or more down towards the sport, I don't know.
It looks like it might be in the right range.
Okay.
Just from the picture. But the picture was like,
yeah. You could zoom really close on your phone, but it still wouldn't tell you the weight of the yarn and or the pattern name. So, but I was super excited about that, and I'm super excited about the yarn, and things that I'm super excited about sometimes get combined.
Yeah.
In my mind as like a perfect thing.
Peanut butter and chocolate.
Perfect. I'm trying to think of something else analogous in my life where I've been like, I'm super excited about that, and I'm super excited about that, and together. So, but that is the Helix base. She also has yarn that is actually hand spun.
Yep. I have some of that.
Which is pretty fantastic. I mean, if you're going to buy it at reasonably priced, considering that it's a actually hand spun and fairly, they pay a fair wage to the folks. And
so this is another like 100% wool. It's very soft to the skin. It's not going to be super wash. And they had I've already forgotten, the Sherpa jacket. So you would probably get like this in the Helix that Megan was talking about, and then this other one as the cuff and collar of the sweater
to accent it.
So you wouldn't need as much of the hand spun. And I'm loving the squishiness of both. I'm enjoying the squishiness of the hand spun better.
For sure. And it's got some barber pulling. I mean, it looks like hand spun, but it's,
yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say barber pulling per se. They call it heather, so
okay,
I don't know. It's just not as high of a contrast
as barber pulling.
as barber
in
pulling
your mind.
in my mind.
Okay.
In my mind, barber pulling is like I've got white and black, or white and red, or pink and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
These are more in the same family tonal.
Mm-hmm.
But so these are the color samples that she had sent us,
Mm-hmm.
and they are very swooshy.
Yes. I think this would make some wonderful color work too. I've been hankering to cast on some color work. But for as far as like a garment kit sweater quantity, I thought that it was super reasonable. So this Helix is, for the 200 yards, is $15 a skein, which is, I mean,
And this one is called autumnal as a color wheel. Very appropriate.
You could make something autumnal. Ooh, those are brights. Look at those. I'll show off my fingers. My bling. Oh, love them.
But yeah, I picked out the Sherpa jacket to talk about because it
looked like your style.
yeah, and it had a little bit more of the, look what you can do. They got this hand spun, and you can put it with the Helix and create something awesome.
Yeah.
If it weren't, like, they say the Helix is DK,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a sweater that I was thinking about doing that takes DK and fingering of the same colorway, but in two different bases.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the concept of the sweater. And so there's and most of it's DK, but then there's panels of it that are the lighter weight. Like, these look like they would work really well if the weights fit into the size of the pattern, but I don't think that they necessarily do, because I don't know if they make a smaller weight than the Helix.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'd have to go check into that, but if they did, I could see making one of those out of it.
Mm-hmm. And those are all the colors that are in that one. I talked about the white and the gray, but I really like this blue down here, and this green is very pretty as well. So, and various, there's shawls, there's toys, there's the sweater, there's these mitts and cowl, there's crochet. There was a crochet arrow hat, which is actually what this is, a beanie and mitts, what the combos are for. And go check them out. It's an interesting company, and I'm digging the Helix. I want to wash it up now and see what it feels like, because it seems like it's going to bloom. It seems like it's a bloomer.
Yeah, and especially if they're calling it DK, because right now to me in the band it looks more like a sport weight, and so I'm guessing it's going to poof up.
It's a bloomer. But yeah, go check them out, and we shall see what it knits up like.
Yeah.
So, and that's all the enabling misfit to be had. I behaved myself.
Okay. I kind of did and didn't. So I didn't behave myself. I have stuff that I bought, but I have nothing to show you. I left it at home. But basically I bought 2 more balls of the Zoe that my sweater is out of, because it was on the sale bin, to go with the 2 that I had left over. And my brain went, I'm going to make a boxy, so like a Joji Locatelli boxy, out of this DK weight linen cotton. And I think she has a worsted weight, right? So, and this is DK, so it should fit. But I'm going to gradiate, so I have this dark brown, and then I bought like an oatmeal, and then I have the off-white, and then I bought a white. So
you're going to go dark up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I went, top light down to dark, dark up to white, whatever. but it's all in that neutral palette. Very. I'll probably start it March, April next year. You know, like it's gonna sit there a while because it's gonna be a summer garment, and I'm over that. I'm ready for some wool. Yo. So I bought those things, and then I bought those blocking pins.
You found them?
Yeah. Hank and Pearl, a local shop, had the Knitter's Pride blocking things that I've seen a few people, but not very many people that I see on Instagram or wherever have been using or talking about them. So few people took pictures of them in a store, right? Like, oh, look at these neat, interesting things. But, you know, not that I've seen them take them home and use them in their home.
Yeah, they're like a line of pins. It's like a clip.
Yeah. So you get a block, and then there's pins sticking out of the bottom. And so if you're trying, like, if you're trying to pin a sweater and you find yourself just lining up a bunch of pins really close together in a line, these will just make that a whole lot easier. There were also some other things in the blocking instructions that came with it that they suggested, so I thought I might take time to actually read those and go through it.
What? Read the instructions?
Well, get different ideas on how to block, right? Why not?
They are selling you blocking pins, so they might know a little bit about it.
Yeah, maybe.
Just a little.
And they might know how to use them better than me. You know, it's a new product. I just thought it was an interesting enough idea to give it a go. You know, sometimes you buy technology and it's your favorite thing, and sometimes you buy it and you're like, meh. It'll sit there on a shelf.
You need a shirt that says meh on it.
Meh.
Meh.
Meh. Meh.
You say it more than anyone I know. Meh.
Probably.
Is it like a cat noise? Meh.
No, it's like M-E-H. Meh.
I know, but it kind of sounds like a cat noise.
Anyway, I suppose. I always thought of it as a shrugging
Max,
noise.
Meh.
Meh.
Meh. Meh. He is. He's ambivalent.
Okay. The other thing, I bought like a bright neon sock yarn for my daughter, and I want to make her some tube socks. And that was about it.
Yes. Meh.
But and then I thought, oh, spindles. So I got not super enabled or whatever, but and I don't know how often they do this, but I have some spindles from Bosworth that I'm trying out right now, and I picked out what I want. I have a special order Bosworth going in, and now I have to like try not to buy the ones that I have in my hands right now. But I am seeing some spinning friends here soonly, and I want to give them a chance to see them and touch them, and if they want to buy one from the pack, I would be happy to facilitate that. But otherwise, I think they're going back. I'm going to be good, because we're going to be at Rhinebeck, and I've already ordered one. So, and she said that it could be done before Rhinebeck and sent to me before Rhinebeck. I'm like, yes, I want it now. Like, I've already decided what it is, so I want it. And I might pick up my second one in Rhinebeck. Or maybe, you know, another, spinners, hand spinners that, what spindle, you know, Rhinebeck, should I go looking for? Like a Golding, Spanish Peacock, like, tell me which one should I go hunt down the booth and see all the beauties. I plan on going to Bosworth, so what's the other one that I should be checking out? Maybe I'll have to go to each one and then come back and buy later. I know that that's dangerous, because the thing you wanted the most might be gone, because things fly quickly out of the booths. But I'm going to go with Destiny on those. I'm going to be like, go shopping, make sure that I want to buy either a second Bosworth or a first time Golding or whatever it is. But I can't say enough about the customer service that I've gotten with Bosworth Spindle. They, the Journey Wheel, they've been super, super wonderful. Sometimes it takes, you know, a good day to get back to me on an email I sent, but it's full of information, and they're just wonderful about it. And they also have a phone number that you can call, and I did talk to them once. So it's been a great experience. I mean, for somebody who was just like, I don't know, you know, anything about these spindles and I want one, they've been very informative, and I've liked it.
Cool.
But that's, you know, enabling you can't see. So, sorry.
All the enabling that you can't see. That's all I got. It's been a week.
Good for you.
It's been a week for you too.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Bye, done.